You're listening to Mid-Morning in the Cities on Rewind 93.9 WYEC.
Rewind 93.9 WYEC, Mid-Morning in the Cities. I'm Sean Patrick, and you got to watch our next guest go through the fairy tale that was The Bachelorette and her dream coming true with Chris Seyfried, and now she's written a book about how you can have your fairy tale wedding. We're joined now by Desiree Hartsock, and Desiree, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Let's talk about your wedding. Did you got the fairy tale wedding that you wanted, right?
Yes, definitely. I mean, I was never really a little girl dreaming about my dream wedding, but everything was exactly how Chris and I wanted it for us and for our guests and family.
Planning that, give us your, because you've got a background in weddings to begin with, but going into this with all of this attention on you now from The Bachelorette, did that change things a little bit?
With wedding planning, I mean, not necessarily. I still was a bride, still wanting everything to go perfect, and I learned a lot during our own wedding planning that I think that helped me offer a lot of tips in the book. Things like communicating with Chris or making decisions and not getting overwhelmed. But I mean, being on the show, it definitely helped with I planned it within 5 months, but working in the industry was really what helped me plan my wedding because I had industry friends, I had a florist friend, and so they really helped me accomplish everything within a small amount of time.
Desiree Hartsock from The Bachelorette, now an author of your a book all about dream weddings. We'll continue this conversation with Desiree Hartsock after this. You're listening to Mid-Morning in the Cities, presented by Curbs Davenport on Rewind 93.9.
You're listening to Mid-Morning in the Cities on Rewind 93.9 WYEC.
We're talking with Desiree Hartsock. You remember, of course, from The Bachelorette, and we're talking about her new book, My Fairy Tale Wedding, Planning Your Dream Wedding Without Breaking the Bank. And what is the biggest mistake that brides make in wedding planning?
I think there's quite a few. But I think when a girl gets engaged, the first thing she starts doing is going to Pinterest and starts pinning, she's thinking about all these details and like the flowers and, the table and all of these DIY items. But the reality is you need to prioritize and really know where the money and the budget is going to be going to. And so the chunk of it really is going to be the venue, the catering, and like photography. So it's getting those pieces together before you can start allotting time and budget towards the small little details that so many brides want because, they see all these images online. But at the end of the day, it can cut into their budget.
Is there a perfect number of guests for a wedding?
That's a preference per couple. But the guest count definitely affects the budget. So the less amount of people, the less you're going to pay.
What about the difference between outdoor and indoor weddings?
That actually just depends on the area. If you want to save money and just find a nice park or national park, there's ways to do that and just get a permit for the day, so you can save a lot on a venue. But then there's a lot of other great venues that offer packages, and so they already have preferred vendors, and it kind of can take out a lot of the guessing game for who to use and how to do things. So sometimes it's, time over money.
You know her from The Bachelorette, and now she wants to help you get your fairy tale wedding. It's Desiree Hartsock from The Bachelorette, and we're talking about My Fairy Tale Wedding, the planning your dream wedding without breaking the bank. And we'll continue this conversation and wrap things up next. Mid-Morning in the Cities, presented by Curbs Davenport on Rewind 93.9.
You're listening to Mid-Morning in the Cities on Rewind 93.9 WYEC.
We're talking with Desiree Hartsock. You know her from The Bachelorette and, of course, her dream wedding to Chris. And the book is called My Fairy Tale Wedding, and it's basically great tips because you've got the insight. Of course, you were in the industry, but for people who don't have that at hand, like they don't have that insider knowledge.
Yeah, that's why I wrote the book, because I would see so many brides so stressed out and confused, and it's supposed to be a really great experience, and it's supposed to be one of the best days of your life, but so many times the details get in the way. And so using my professional experience along with my personal experience, I wanted to write a guide that brides can just follow and get through it all really stress-free and enjoy the process.
What do you think is the most important tip that you can give brides-to-be?
Just take it all in stride, not letting those details or just letting the worry of if everything's going to work out. It's really trusting your vendors and taking your time with the decisions and not having to rush everything, because that also causes stress.
You and Chris are going really well. How is life now, post-Bachelorette?
Oh, life is great. Yeah, life has been great. It's been 3 years now since we met on The Bachelorette, and yeah, it's been great. We're expecting our first child in October, and we're just enjoying our life in Seattle.
Any TV plans in the future?
Not as of yet. Both of us really enjoy what we do, and so I mean, if there's an opportunity to do anything with what we both are passionate about, then definitely. So we'll see.
All right. Well, Desiree Hartsock, thank you for this book. I'm sure there's many brides out there who will be thanking you for the book, Fairy Tale Wedding, Planning Your Dream Wedding Without Breaking the Bank. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great day.
If you missed any part of this interview with Desiree Hartsock from The Bachelorette and her new book, My Fairy Tale Wedding, Planning Your Dream Wedding Without Breaking the Bank, you can catch it online in a few moments in our Mid-Morning in the Cities podcast at QuadCityDailyNews.com. QuadCityDailyNews.com is powered by local radio. Mid-Morning in the Cities is presented by Curves Davenport on Rewind 93.9.